It begins quietly, almost without notice. A family gathers for breakfast, the sun streaming in. The father sips his coffee, glancing at the newspaper, planning a normal day. His wallet is full of cash, his hard-earned savings. But today the news is different. Prices are doubling by the hour. The money in his wallet is losing value as he watches. At the market, prices aren't posted. They're shouted, changing constantly. His cash barely buys bread. Neighbours look anxious. The old routines of buying and selling are breaking down. This is the first tremor of a currency collapse, a silent earthquake that shatters trust. The family doesn't grasp the full gravity yet, but anxiety creeps in. The savings of a lifetime can evaporate in days. The rules of the economic world are rewritten overnight. For ordinary families, the world is turned upside down. Their plans, their security, their future, all thrown into doubt by the sudden failure of money. This isn't fiction. It's a pattern repeated throughout history. The collapse of trust in money is the collapse of society's foundation. Money is the lifeblood of human cooperation, a shared story of value. When that story breaks down, society itself is transformed. A currency collapse is not just economic, it's social. Trust between neighbours erodes. The shopkeeper can't accept your cash. People revert to barter, trading goods and services directly. Imagine your bank account is now just numbers, useless for buying food. Pensions and savings vanish overnight. The middle class can be plunged into poverty in days. Survival instincts take over. Long-term planning disappears. Practical skills, farming, repairs become more valuable than office work. Society reorganizes around immediate needs. It's a brutal transformation, but one that has happened many times. The bonds of community are tested, and only the adaptable endure. The collapse of money is the collapse of trust. Currency collapse isn't rare or new. It's a recurring pattern in history. From ancient Rome to modern times, the story is the same. Governments under pressure print more money. At first, it feels like prosperity. Then prices rise. Slowly, then suddenly. Inflation erodes confidence. People rush to spend before money loses more value. This creates a feedback loop, hyperinflation. The collapse accelerates and the value of money plummets. No currency is permanently safe. Stability is never guaranteed. By studying these events, we see a blueprint, a warning. The stories of collapse are also stories of survival. Those who adapt, who diversify, endure. Understanding the pattern is the first step to preparation. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. The lesson: trust in money is fragile, and its collapse is always possible. The wise prepare before the storm. Survival depends on foresight, not luck. History offers stark examples. In 1920s Germany, hyperinflation made cash worthless. Wheelbarrows of money for a loaf of bread. Savings were wiped out and society destabilized. Zimbabwe, 2008. $100 trillion note bought almost nothing. The local currency collapsed. People turned to US dollars, bartering, or foreign help to survive. Venezuela, oil-rich, but economic mismanagement led to empty shelves and mass hunger. Only those with foreign currency or outside support endured. These stories show how quickly faith in money can vanish. Ordinary families suffer most, but some protect themselves through foresight. Durable assets, not just paper money, make the difference. The lesson: don't rely on a single system or currency. Collapse is sudden, but preparation is possible. History's survivors held real, lasting value. In stable times, we trust the system, banks, bonds, salaries. But the greatest mistake is putting all your trust in one place. People concentrate savings in one bank, one currency, one country. When collapse comes, governments may freeze accounts, impose controls, or devalue savings. Denial is common. People hope things will return to normal. The lesson is clear. Blind faith in a single system leads to ruin. Diversification is essential. Don't wait for official reassurances. Prepare before it's too late. Prudence means spreading risk, not hoping for the best. What assets survive a currency collapse? Precious metals, gold and silver, have always been stores of value. Stable foreign currencies like US dollars or Swiss francs offer protection. Productive assets, businesses, farms or stocks in global companies, retain real value. In a crisis, the ability to produce or trade essentials is true wealth. Real goods, food, medicine, tools, become vital for barter. Productive land, especially farmland, provides security and independence. These assets are not tied to any one government's promises. The key is to hold value that endures, not just paper promises. Those who diversify into real, tangible assets weather the storm. History rewards those who prepare. Enduring wealth is built on what people truly need. Some assets sink first in a collapse. Cash in the failing currency loses value by the hour. Fixed income assets, bonds, pensions, insurance, become worthless as inflation soars. A lifetime of savings can be wiped out silently. The safe part of a portfolio becomes the greatest risk. Conventional advice fails when the currency itself is at risk. Any asset promising future payment in a collapsing currency stands on sand. In crisis, only real, tangible value survives. Paper promises vanish. Real goods endure. The true test of an asset is what it's worth when everything changes. In nature, safety comes from the herd, diversification. Don't put all your wealth in one asset, currency or country. True diversification means owning precious metals, foreign currency, productive assets and real goods. Spread your assets across borders, not just asset classes. A foreign bank account or brokerage can protect you from local crises. Diversification isn't about predicting disaster. It's about resilience. If one part fails, others survive. A diversified portfolio weathers shocks. History shows. Those who spread risk endure. Don't wait for collapse to diversify. Prepare for many possible futures. The herd survives. The isolated fall. Build a financial ecosystem that can withstand any storm. The time to prepare is before the crisis hits. Preparation is a process. Start with education and steady action. Convert some savings into durable assets. Gold, foreign currency, global stocks. Build skills. Repair, grow food, provide first aid. Invest in your community. Strong relationships are more valuable than gold. A resilient network is key in any crisis. The world is unpredictable, but humans are adaptable. By learning from history, we can protect our families. Resilience comes from knowledge, flexibility, and connection. Don't wait for disaster. Start building security now. The systems we trust are fragile, but we don't have to be. The journey to resilience begins today. Prepare, adapt, and endure together.